Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I want to do an initial unboxing and first run impressions video on the Ultra Temp 4, the new version of the Ultra Temp. I have been running primarily in my Ultra Lone Peak 5s, version 5s. The 6s came out a while back, and I have determined this weekend's race will put me over 300 miles in my Lone Peak 5s. I don't think they will last me till next year, and I thought about buying the Lone Peak 6s because the Lone Peaks have worked so well for me. I usually get about 450 miles out of my Lone Peaks. This is my third or fourth pair, but I decided to try a different pair of their shoes, take the opportunity, and then I'd be able to switch between the two during the year depending upon the circumstances. I first actually ordered the Mont Blanc. I got them in a couple weeks ago. I tried them on, I messed with the laces, I could not get the heel to lock. So I finally decided to send those back, even though they would have been about an ounce lighter than the Temp 4s. They had the Mont Blancs have a 30-inch stack height of the Ego Max foam. The Temps have a 29 millimeter stack height of the Ego Max foam. I am familiar with Ego Max because the Torins that I have used, the Torin 5s, have Ego Max, and they had a 28 millimeter stack height. So I am fully expecting these to be very well cushioned and hopefully comfortable like my Torins were. I loved my Torins. They've made a lot of changes to the Temps. They've still got the zero drop platform. They've still got the gator trap in the back, which looks nice. They've still got the little hook like actually the newest version of the Lone Peaks do not have this little hook for the gator in the front, but the Temp 4 still do. I think I'm going to like these laces. They're the nice flat laces. They have made the outsole more aggressive than the Temps ever were before. So they're saying they're going to be better on the trail, and they're made out. They're using the Ultra's Max Track outsole, which is the same thing they use on the Lone Peaks that have worked well for me. The pattern is quite different, but if anything, I would think it's a little more aggressive looking on these. They don't have a rock plate like you get in the Lone Peaks, but being a thicker stack height, the Lone Peaks are a 25 millimeter stack height of Ego midsole. These have a 29 millimeter stack height. So the idea is with the extra amount of foam, you probably won't feel the rocks anyway. I'll have to test that out and see. Just looking at them, I really like the feel of them. They're definitely a little heavier duty feel to them than like the Mont Blancs. It's a thicker mesh upper that feels like it'll be very strong and hard to tear up if you go through brambles or rough stuff. You can definitely see the thick drainage hole, the big drainage holes they put in here, so hopefully they will drain well. We will see on that as well. Anyway, I'm looking forward to giving them a try. Now, I'm noticing one thing that I'm not so sure I'm crazy about. In the Torin 5s, there was a lot of complaints about the tongue being a sharp tongue that would dig into your foot, and I found that true. I had to wear socks that went up above where the tongue came, and they've changed that, as I understand, in the Torin 6s that'll be coming out here in a few months. But I'm looking at this Temp 4, and it appears it may have that same sort of tongue, so I'll just have to try it out and see if it bothers me. And again, I don't think it's going to be a problem for me personally, because I found as long as I wore socks that came above there, it wasn't an issue, and I always wear socks that come above there when I'm trail running. So I'm hoping these will be good for some of my longer efforts. Okay guys, just a couple more things. I went and weighed these. My Lone Peak 5s were, they used to say they weighed like 11.1 ounces. The new Lone Peak 6s I think are almost half an ounce lighter. But when I weigh them in my men's size 11.5, I got 11.96. These Temp 4s, when I weigh them in my men's size 11.5, I'm getting like 12.1, so they are a little over 1/10 of an ounce heavier, which I'm actually quite satisfied with. That they're real close in weight to my Lone Peak 5s because they are more cushioned, and we'll see how they go. Now I have tried them on. And I am having no trouble with lockdown at all in the heel. They have a more traditional heel. They've got a nice little loop on the back, which is real comfortable to grab and pull on the shoe. I'm happy with them before I try them out on the trail. I'm running tomorrow on the trails with them, and I will add my first impressions to this video. Thanks. Okay, so I just got back from my first trail run in the new Altra Temp 4s. I have to say I'm kind of digging them. Ultra standard fit, fits my feet well. Still got plenty of room for my toes to splay. They're actually about the most cushioned shoe I've run in for the trails for quite a while, with the 25mm Ego Max midsole. They don't have a rock plate, but all the rocks and roots I went over today, I didn't have any issue. I guess there's enough cushioning that you really don't feel them anyway. The grip, I doubt it's quite as great as the Vibram white base that they have on the new Mont Blancs, but it's the Max Track, so it should be similar to what's on the Lone Peaks, and it was gripping fine today. We didn't have any rain or anything, so they were dry trails. But I did go over some roots and rocks and dirty trails, and no problem at all. They felt good. They're going to work out fine as my second trail shoe. I'm still got my Lone Peaks that I'm going to use quite often. I'll probably race in them more. But I'm quite happy with these. These may really be good for long runs because they're very similar in weight. I think they're a few tenths of an ounce more than my Lone Peaks, but definitely more cushioned. And I really enjoyed them. The fit is real good. I bought some Mont Blancs, but I ended up returning them because I couldn't get my heel to lock down. I may try another pair of Mont Blancs at a half size smaller and see if I can get the heel to lock there, but these I was able to order my normal size and they lock down great. Very comfortable. You can see I've got them dirty now, but fit well, they feel good. I didn't today because I knew my trail wasn't real technical. I didn't put on my gaiters, but these do have the gaiter trap. They still have the hook in the front to hook the gaiters to. The lace is tied well, easily locked down. Feel good. Anyway, so I'm happy from my first impressions of the Altra Temp 4. If you have any, if you've tried them or have any questions or comments about them, please put them down in the comments. Other than that, I hope you're having a great
day and keep moving.